CNN warns us about a retirement crisis. And CNN, they're always telling us the truth, right? I mean, they would never lie. Not CNN. Remember the Russian hoax? Or the hoax? How dare I? The Russian election fraud. You don't want to be an election denier, do you? Anyway, so if you're wondering where I am, I'm in a hotel in Cambridge, Boston. We're going to see the Celtics tomorrow, our first ever Celtics game. And here we go. Here's Cambridge, Boston. And I can't wait. I'm seeing the Celtics tonight, as a matter of fact. Did I say tomorrow? Tonight, as a matter of fact. It's going to be the Celtics and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Never been to TD Garden, and I can't wait to go, man. I'd like to see the Bruins, but of course, hockey is way more expensive than basketball. So we don't have the, actually, I don't think the Bruins are playing while we're here. So there's your old buddy Josh, and it's going to be fun. It's freaking cold, dude. It's like 37 degrees. They're calling for some snow potentially. It's April 3rd, man. Come on. It's April 3rd. That's why my wife, when she's going to Boston College for a graduate school, she said, let's get out of here, because I was still in Virginia plotting where to go. I said, why don't we move to Phoenix? She goes, yeah, let's do that, because April 1st is in 1997, and they got a nor'easter. I think they got 10 to 12 inches or something like that. She's like, I don't like this. Anyway, so back to CNN. They interviewed this guy who's, I think his name's Brian Clancy or something like that, Portland, Maine. He's a quality assurance manager at some seafood distributor or something like that. Single dad, 2 kids. So he's crushing, being a good man. 37 years old. His gross income is $80,000. All right. So CNN says he's not able to save any money because he's basically just barely making ends meet as it is now. And as such, he only has $10,000 in his 401k, and he's not really adding anything to it. So CNN, of course, warns us, like, oh my goodness, this is what's happening. This is typical amongst the soon-to-be retired people, the generation, whatever that generation is. And I just chuckle because they go over Brian's expenses. All right, so just think about it. If you're $80,000 a year, you're single, so you're not married, filing jointly. Now you do get 2 child credits you can write off, but let's say all in you're paying $20,000 in taxes. We'll say 7.65 to Social Security and Medicare, and then we'll just say another 13% in state and feds. That's probably on the low end. So he's losing 20% on $80,000. That'd be $16,000, all right? So he's bringing home $64,000 a year. So Brian goes over to expenses, why he can't put money into his 401k. Why? Mortgage, car payment, health insurance for him and his 2 boys, clothes for his boys, groceries for his boys, other expenses for his boys. All this stuff he's spending on his children. Brian, what are you not going to have later on in life? What expenses are you not going to have? Oh, clothes for your children, health insurance for your children. Hopefully you don't have a mortgage. Hopefully you don't have a car payment. So if you're netting $64,000 and that's all going to basically feed a family of 3, of which are young men. Like, look, I got 2 boys. I just got a bill today for my stupid homeowners insurance and auto insurance. $980. $980. I got 4 cars. I got a nice house, I'll grant you. But I also have 2 teenage sons on my auto insurance. Oh, I still got Maddie and Chloe on there too. So you have 6 drivers, 4 cars, a big house, you know what I'm saying? And 2 of my drivers are teenage boys, all right? Not the cheapest risk there is for an auto insurance company. Also, we get every month, I see, they got 2 of my sons still got the braces stuff. And whether or not that's a legit expense, Brett Weinstein interviewed a guy named, I think his name's James Mew, M-E-W, but like right before the pandemic happened. And a very interesting dentist, and I very much enjoyed hearing what he had to say about the, let's say, the industry that builds around braces. But be that as it may, we're deep into it, so it's fine. But every month, I think it's $230 a month per kid or something like that. I can't remember. Those go away. Liam and Cabin eat like freaking horses because they're basically both 6 feet and they're both mid-teens. How much I got to spend on clothes for these kids is crazy. Never mind, like Liam plays tennis, Cabin does cross country, all this stuff. All that stuff is gone in 10 years, man. Hell, for 5 years, it's all gone. It's crazy. I mean, so I want to tell this guy, Brian, shake him and say, wake up, dude. How much of this $64,000 that you're netting are you spending on yourself? Come on. Wake up. And then they talk about a single lady up in, I think, Nebraska or something like that, who's raising a son, too. I'm like, she's a little bit older. I think she's 50. So she's closer to my age. I mean, we'll call her Joyce. I say, Joyce, wake up. How much of this are you spending on you relative to what you're spending on your kid? You know, if it's special needs kids, it's one thing, but they didn't say it's special needs kids. So if you're netting 50,000 a year, and 30,000 of that can be attributed to mortgage, car payments, which will go away. Hopefully, mortgages go away, and then spending on your kids. How much you spend on yourself? Come on, man. It's not a retirement crisis. And of course, CNN does a typical retirement was supposed to be a three-legged stool: pensions, Social Security, and your private savings. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? When they had Social Security was enacted, 1935, how many people had pensions? Not very many. Where did this whole thing, this three-legged stool, come from? What's the genesis of that? People act like that's sacrosanct, like it was supposed to be Social Security, pensions, and your own money. Where did it come from? There wasn't that many pensions in the 1930s, guys. I'm telling you right now. It's just, this whole idea is just so freaking stupid, and yet people are going to freak out. Like, oh, and the whole point is to get people, because basically what they're saying is the pensions have given away to 401k plans. Let's just go back to the whole pensions, Social Security, and your own retirement accounts, your own investing. How many people actually had their own individual retirement accounts back, we'll just say in the 1970s? Very few. How do I know? Because I've done the research on it. Very few. Never mind the 1950s. Never mind the 1930s. Very, very few people had their own portfolios. It's just a fact, dude. Very, very few people had their own savings. In fact, a lot of people on the poor end, the lower end, you know what they had? Life insurance. That was their cash value, life insurance. But everyone hates life insurance because it's a scam. Where does this whole three-legged pension or three-legged stool come from? And then how idiotic it is to say, yeah, man, it used to be we had pensions, savings, your own personal savings, and Social Security. Where did that come from? Very few people had pensions. Very few people had their own savings. The reason? Most people worked until they're dead, essentially. This whole thing is just so freaking corrupt. I hate it. I hate this stuff. And yet people fall for it because they don't know better. They're ignorant. They don't know their history. Dude, I used to fall for this, and I was a professional, too. I used to say a three-legged stool. So anyway, the point is CNN will say, like all these fools do, it's not March Gladness, so I can call people fools again. Oh, well, the pensions have given away to 401ks, and 401ks are inferior. They're not, basically bearing the weight that they're supposed to. It's such a freaking lie. Such a lie. If it comes out of the mouth of CNN, you 100%, you should say, yeah, I don't trust them. So if they're saying it's sunny out, you should go get your umbrella. That's just a fact. Anyway, love to your thoughts. God bless.